Brad.
Jeremy, you ready to kick this off?
What am I kicking off?
Briggity Bro Bobs.
Oh, shit. Briggity! Bro! Bob!
Pretty sure that's samurai for stupid.
It might very well be. Stupid for samurai.
Man.
What's up, home skillet?
Jeremy, it feels like just yesterday that I left your house.
Well, it wasn't just yesterday,
I said it feels like.
but it wasn't.
It's called hyperbole. Live with it.
You find words that you just latch on to because those are the small words that you think make you sound intelligent. Hyperbole, because you've heard me say it a couple of times. Churlish.
And I feel like this whole thing's being a bit hyperbolic.
I don't think it is hyperbolic, Brad.
Jeremy,
Bradford.
episode 25.
25, dude.
Can you believe it?
I can't. When we started this thing 24 episodes ago, I was like, this will be fun until it's not fun and we stop doing it and we just don't keep on keeping on. But we've kept on kepting on. Oh, yeah. Did that make you speechless?
I
You're
honestly find this so frustrating sometimes. It's
what, me or the something else?
just the dialogue. Like, you find a way to just throw a monkey wrench in it every single time.
What was monkey wrenchish about this?
Just enough.
Brad.
Enough.
Look. That's all I have to say about that.
As you just shake your head.
Yeah, buddy.
All right. Well, we're rapidly approaching the new year.
2024. Watch out. Here come the Briggity Bro Bobs.
I thought we would do quickly a recap of 2023.
Yeah, it's a pretty short recap for the both of us, I believe.
So think of that. We almost did an entire half year of podcasting.
We did. Think about to be honest, we'll have one more podcast before the end of the year.
No.
So it'll be a half year exactly. Yes. Brad, we're 8 days away. 9 days.
Yeah, but this episode will release on the 26th.
Yeah, but we will have podcasted.
The next episode will be recorded, I guess, maybe on, we'll record it on New Year's Eve. Let's do a midnight special.
Midnight, baby.
And then post this on the 2nd.
That's my sister's birthday.
I don't want to do that with you, but
that's my sister's birthday. She'll be 42. Aw. Wait. No, she won't. She'll be 41. I lied. My math skills. As good as my wording skills.
Well, way to go, Jess.
Yeah, way to get to 41, man. You did it.
41 years with that guy. Maybe he's over there. I don't know which one.
This guy?
One of these people. One of these people over here.
One of me?
Yeah. So let's recap just running fitness in general for 2023. We've done a couple of races. A few races, I suppose.
2.
I did Thanksgiving morning as well.
I did not.
And then that may have been, I think I might have only done 3 races all year.
I've done 2 all year. That's it.
So that's pretty pathetic.
I would not disagree, Bradford.
This year, I'm looking at my Strava.
Yeah?
This is, I mean, this is morbidly depressing.
Okay, go ahead. Have at it, bud.
425.6 miles.
Wait,
And
what
mind
was your
you,
Go
yeah,
ahead.
my goal for the year was 2,200 miles. So it tells me and if to accomplish my goal that I set at the beginning of the year, I've got to run 1,774 miles in a week.
You better get on it, man. You can do it. What's that come out to?
Wow. 1,774 miles in a week divided by 7. 253 miles a day.
That's possible.
Let's say I could run 12 hours per day, 21 miles an hour.
We can't even get to that when we do our strides, Brad.
Could you imagine that? 21 miles per hour.
I mean, I only hit that kind of pace when I'm running away from people throwing shit at me. Then I go 10 times faster.
So other than that, I had goals to I know that I wanted to lose 20 some odd pounds this year. I think I managed to put on 5.
Dude, I don't know how you didn't put on more. The amount of food and just absolute shit that you ate while you were with me. I
That's
would
not
never.
true. I mean, I purchased copious amounts, but I
Well,
didn't
that's
eat.
that's true, but Brad, you bought so much shit food.
Mhm.
It's still here. We haven't, as a family, we haven't even gone through it.
So obviously neither have I.
No, you probably have some at home. You
Huh.
couldn't pack. You would have to have a whole brand new like luggage, a new suitcase for all the food that you had here. I have been pounding some death water.
My death water?
You told me this. No, this is the Grim Leafer,
Okay.
not the Armless Palmer. I can't see you though right now, Brad. So I don't know if your video is working or not.
I'm here.
I know you're here because I can hear you, but I can't see
No,
you.
don't worry, I'm here.
Okay, well, I wasn't really worried about it. All right, what else is going on with your recap for the year?
I mean, that's pretty much the recap. I mean, I accomplished for fitness world, just health and well-being, I accomplished 0 of my goals.
Yeah,
Not even close. I didn't even run a quarter of the distance that I had set for my annual goal.
that's a pretty lofty goal, Brad. What's that come
It
out to a week?
a lot,
45?
something like that.
Pretty significant. So I only did 2 races this year, but in those 2 races, I did exactly what I needed to do, which is to get 3 minutes and 59 seconds on you. So that's pretty good. That's number one. Number two, I ran 552 miles out of the 2,000 that I had set for myself. So I got a quarter of the way where I needed to be too, a little over a quarter of the way. And my fitness score is at a 21. That whole arbitrary number. I don't understand how it's only 21. I don't understand it. I don't understand how it's only 21. Considering I ran for 20 like 6 days in a row.
And what? Say that again, Jeremy. Sorry,
I
I
ran
couldn't hear over the clapping.
I ran for like 26 days in a row and still my fitness level didn't go up where it needed to be. So I have officially broken my streak. I took 2 days off yesterday and the day before. I don't know what happened, but I woke up on whatever 2 days ago was, and my hip. Well, no, the run before. So the run 3 days ago, I went out for a nice, easy run, nothing crazy. And I don't know, 10, 12 minutes in, like I wasn't even doing a workout or anything. My hip just started hurting. And I was like, oh, that's weird. But, being an idiot, I kept running because I didn't feel like it was going to do anything and nothing else hurt. And I finished my run and I was like, okay, well, let me just stretch a little bit, make sure everything's okay. Stretched. When I was walking around, the hip felt fine. The next day I woke up, my hip so jacked up, but so was my Achilles. My Achilles was super tight, super sore. And again, I was doing like an easy run. It wasn't anything crazy, and it wasn't anything I hadn't done before. It was 30 minutes of easiness. Um, so I took off that day, and I took off yesterday because it still wasn't feeling great. Went for a run today. Hips still a little bit sore. Achilles started getting sore near the end of my run. But we'll see what goes on tomorrow. I've been stretching and rolling, foam rolling and stuff a bit today, so hopefully it'll work itself out.
So, okay. So did you have any, like, other than mileage goal, did you have anything set out for 2023?
I didn't truly like my running goals have been non-existent for the past, I don't know, since 2019. Like I'll get into a little bit of a rhythm and then it'll go away, and I'll get into a little bit of rhythm. I think having a goal is important, and I think truly the biggest motivating factor for me is you. Whenever the two
I'm
of us get into it, like that's where things start to go like upward. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm excited about 2024 because I
Big
feel
time.
like for the first time in a while that there's momentum heading into the year.
I wish I could
And
say the same. But go ahead. This isn't about me. So don't worry about that.
so for the first time, I feel like there's momentum heading into the year that could lead to a pretty special 2024.
Yeah.
I've set out, I don't know what you've done, I've set out 10 2024 goals for me as one half of the Briggity Bro Bobs.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I've got 12.
Okay.
So you said
Are they
give or
all
take.
fitness related?
No, not at all. I
Are
have
they
1, 2, 3,
podcast
4,
related?
7. No, I don't have any podcast. I don't have any podcast related. I have 7 fitness ones and a podcast. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you what my podcast one is. Keep on podding.
Keep doing it.
Keep on podding, man.
You know
Just
what?
keep
It's
on.
exactly like running. You just got to keep showing up.
Just every once a week. It doesn't take a whole lot. You do a
You
little bit of planning, a little bit of research,
you
ready to
might
go.
not think that you're getting better, but you're getting better. In our show, in the last 25 episodes, 24 episodes predating this, 25 as of this, has essentially not grown.
But we've shrunk, I think, just a smidge.
It's
Um,
basically my weight goal over 2023.
yeah, I don't know. Like you put out some sweet TikToks that seem to have like gotten us quasi
Yeah, I
viral.
should I should get back on. I should get back on. I'll
Well,
get
we'll
back
have more like fodder for that stuff now with this episode.
more
Um,
banter.
yeah, some more banter, some more like cool stuff. Maybe we do
I
like
think
a
I think we need to do more of the recordings and post runs and
see. That is why you're Brad. That's why your head is so big. That big brain.
yep,
That's it.
exactly. So let's do this, Jeremy.
Yeah.
Let's not waste our 24 viewers' times.
Let's not do it.
No, but that's you know what that's really misrepresenting the total number of people because I feel like podcasting has gone. It's been better received on the audio waves than it has on the video waves.
Has it really? See, I would have reversed that. Flip it and
Listen,
reversed it.
we're in the UK, we're in France, Australia.
Australia?
It
That's big
hasn't taken
time.
off like you expected with the Bobby Down Under.
Whoa. I think you just might have fucked us down there. Jesus.
Hey, I love Steve
Let's
Irwin.
relegate them to one term. The Bobby Down Under. Sorry, Australians. You're not just a barbecue from down under.
No,
You're
you're
much more than
also
that.
Outback Steakhouse
I
and,
mean,
and
true.
Foster's beer,
Alice Springs chicken. I mean,
the bloomin' onion.
that's what you guys eat all the time, right?
So let's kick off, or let's get right into Uh, who's gonna go first? You or me? Me or
You
you?
go first.
Me first.
You
Goal
first.
number one. I've set a mileage goal. I think after looking and coming up woefully disappointed the last couple of years of setting 2,000 plus mileage goals, when I started looking at it on a daily basis, I was like, wow, that's running 365 days a year, like 5 miles a day.
Yeah.
And so I've put an annual mileage goal of 14 1,460 miles.
1,460. Is that
Yep.
30 miles a week?
It's 4 miles a day, essentially, for every day of the year.
So
So I'm not
28 miles
saying
a
that I'm
week.
going to run every day of the year.
No.
It's just something for me to look at.
Okay. Um, so I also, my first goal, like bullet pointed right in front at the top, is my mileage goal, and that's 1,600. Just a nice even 1,600, which is a smidge over 30 miles a week. Um, I think when we get into like our bigger mileage stuff with the marathon and all that stuff, that mileage will quickly like, especially when we get fitter and closer to the marathon. Like I don't see 60 miles a week being out of the question, even possibly 70. So then you're doubling that up for who knows a month and a half. Um, so yeah, I think 1,600 miles for the year. Not crazy amounts. I'll be happy if I get to it. I hope that I can stay healthy enough for it.
Yeah. I think this is a goal that's, I would argue, for the both of us. I think mine's somewhat shot low if we get an actual full year of training.
Yeah.
But I'd like to actually hit my mileage goal for once.
Once?
Like
Yeah, me too.
I think that would just be a good motivational boost.
I concur.
So what else you
Six.
got? What's number two?
So my number two is to listen to my body more. So to take the days off when I need to take the days off, just like I did yesterday and the day before. Like if I would, could I have run? Certainly. Would it have benefited me? Not at all. Just to listen to my body so that I can like this goal of 1,600 miles. Yes, it's a lot of mileage for me, but that doesn't mean if I miss a day here or I miss a day there, I won't attain that goal. So listening to my body and being okay with knowing that if I take a day off, I'm not losing anything. If anything, I'm probably going to gain something from it. So being okay with that. It's really hard to do, and I'm probably going to try to streak again, but just take a day off when I need it.
So let me ask you this. So when I take a day off, one, I just enjoy the heck out of having a day off.
Yeah.
And then two, when I come back, it always like confirms for me that taking the day off was the right thing because I just feel so much better. So like at
Yeah.
some point my legs start feeling lethargic, like I just don't feel like runs are any fun. And then it's amazing, one day off, come back and you've got like a bit of bounce in your step, a
That's
little
it.
pep in your step as my mom would say,
Ooh,
and
I
you're
like the
just
pep.
kind of bouncing along. And I always say, like, well, this is the reason you take days off. Like this just reassures me that taking days off is good.
Yeah, I don't disagree, but I also think that sometimes just to grind through a run that's not going your way is okay too. Or going out when you don't necessarily feel like it, that's okay too. Just like my whole thing with this is to like if I'm not injured but injured like I am right now, like it's okay. Just take a day off or two.
Hey,
So,
Jeremy,
hey Bradford.
it's okay.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Sometimes I need, like, we're our own hardest selves on ourselves, like our harshest critics,
Hardest
right?
selves on ourselves.
Yeah, our harshest critics is what I'm trying to say here.
You
We're
guys
our own
get too
harshest
wrapped
critics.
up in trying to use like phrases that you're just not that familiar with.
What, harshest critic? You think I don't know that term, Brad? We are our own harshest critic. Um,
Yeah,
so, sometimes that I need, like, you telling me, hey, Jeremy, you gonna take that day off? And I'm like, no, like, and you don't even say anything. And I'm like, fine, fine, fine. And then you talk me into it without saying anything sometimes.
I think it is hard to heed your own advice and the advice you would give other people. Like you know what's rational, but for some reason you think, well, like that's not applicable to me.
Yeah.
So and it's you think that you're better than that. That like somebody doesn't know your body as well as you do. Like there's something they're just missing. Your last race isn't indicative of how fast you actually are. Your fitness is actually better than what it is. All of these things, but typically the view from the outside is the right optics, and
True.
you have to extend yourself the same grace that you would extend others.
Bradford, no truer words have ever been spoken. It's good stuff. What's your number 2, man?
Number 2, lift weights consistently. I'm going to try to average 2 to 3 times per week.
That's awesome.
I honestly think as you start ramping up mileage, if you're looking to run ultra marathons, I've got a couple other goals in here, including for running our full marathon in June. That is just an important part. Like you've got to keep up some level uh, of just weight. I don't think it specifically has to be weightlifting, but it has to be something else tending to your body.
Yep. Yep. So I'll go ahead and kind of, hop onto that bad boy. As I said, find some kind of like calisthenics program for myself that helps me to maintain like a semblance of fitness outside of that, to include stretching. So like to do my push-ups, to do my sit-ups, to do my planking, to do like the squats and all that stuff that I don't have to go to a gym for, but will benefit overall my whole body. So, I have a hard time going. I don't want to pay for a gym membership. I have a gym available to me, but often the times that I can go, my students are there, and I don't want
I
to
honestly
go
don't
out
think
there.
that a gym is necessary. It's finding the right exercises that are actually adding value. Like I think like starting out with regular squats, lunges,
Yep.
as you progress, converting both of those to like jump squats, jump lunges,
Right.
Bulgarian split squats with like with a push off at the end, I think are really good. Anything that in particular you can start getting into single leg exercises that are working on not only like single leg strength, because that's what running is, but also like all of the stabilizing pieces that are involved with that, like having good balance on one leg,
Right.
like jump roping, push-ups. I didn't put the I should say this with lifting weights. One of the things that I would like to be able to do by the end of the year that's specific to this is be able to do 10 pull-ups.
Mm,
I think
that would
that's
be
a
good.
really good indicator of like just total body strength. I'd like to be able to bench press my weight by the end of the year.
Well, good thing your weight will be like. Hopefully, if everything goes well, your weight will start to come
Hopefully
and.
I'm not 225 by the end of the year.
No. But like knowing you, Brad, I mean, you put on muscle so quickly.
I
Uh,
know that's the one thing I'm concerned about is like if I'm doing 10 pull-ups, I'm just as likely to do 100 and just be shredded.
I can't wait. I can't wait for video proof of these 100 pull-ups.
Yep.
Um, that's can't wait. It's gonna be great.
Oh, you know what's another good one for you, Jeremy? Those like single leg deadlifts where like you kick out your back leg and like you could just hold like a milk jug of water or
Or
something.
like an Elliot.
That'd be difficult, I think, but
Hmm,
he
I can make it
squirms a
work.
lot.
Like what's that? He does squirm a lot. I would just tell him to stay still, or I'll drop him on his head. Be good.
So, and with that couple of body weight things, I think what feeds into my number 3, finish the year under 175.
Brad, that's the same weight that I had for myself. I have the 175 as the greater than what I'm
You want
gonna
to be
be.
greater than
No,
175?
the number 175 is the greater than me.
Oh, you did a stick figure of you?
Yeah.
So
You
you
want to see
did
it?
stick figure Jeremy and then less than 175.
Can you see that?
Okay,
I
yeah.
said
There
170
it is.
originally. I was like, ooh, 170 is a little bit light. It's like 175.
I just think 175 is kind of like a fair number where you're fit, but
We'll
it's
still be
not.
big guys, Brad.
I I'm good with that
I just don't want people to call us big guys anymore.
while you're running.
Yeah. You're a good runner for a big bald guy.
So that was number 3 for me. Finish a year under 175. What do you got?
So my number 3 was the whole what was it? The calisthenics. That was my number
Oh,
3. But
gotcha,
my
got
my like I'll bust in with my number 4, which is to run a 50 miler, a half marathon, and a marathon, and be healthy for all of them. In whatever way that can be.
so, but
So that kind of ties
we're
into
kind
number
of planning on at the end of next year doing a 50 miler anyways.
Yeah, well, that ties into the whole listen to my body and doing the calisthenic stuff to keep myself like stretching routine, all that stuff to keep myself like healthy, so that
Okay,
I can do these and be like, I mean, as healthy as I can possibly be.
to give you the best opportunity to get there healthy.
Yeah.
Fair.
So 50 miler, I've not done 50 miles yet. I think the most mileage I've ever done is 37 miles, and that was during like an 8-hour race. So that 50 miler, I mean, it just 50 sounds like a lot, but it's definitely doable.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
So I've got my number 4, no soda for an entire year, with the caveat of I will not give up candy.
Oh, Bradford.
Yep. So, but I don't know. I cannot remember the last time that I've gone a year without drinking soda. So I've gone now. I think it's been a couple of months at least of no soda.
That's awesome.
So I don't ever think it. I think the first day without soda is the hardest. The rest of it's not too bad.
Yeah, I don't drink enough soda for it to be necessarily hard, but I do have as my number, what, 5 now? 4 or 5, I don't even know. To just eat better in general, which means fewer sodas. I'm not going to necessarily cut them out because I only have, if I have like 3 a week, that's a lot. That's not like I'm drinking a ton. So, but need to make sure that I'm drinking more water. Like that's the
Well,
one
that's
thing
a
that
good
I
one.
want.
I thought about putting in just be better hydrated in 2024.
That's
I
it.
think I'm
Like
in a perpetual state of dehydration.
100%. I bet you that part of my issues with my Achilles and all that stuff is just that like I don't have enough liquids going through to hydrate everything that needs to be hydrated. So like the goal, I don't have a specific number goal, but I think it'd be good to drink 2 of the Nalgene water bottles full of water a day.
Okay,
If I could do that, I think that's a pretty solid, you know, start. So,
I
and
think that's great.
when you're drinking like liquid like water, you feel
Makes you feel
fuller as
more
well.
full. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. So that helps. So that's one to eat better, fewer sodas, and more water.
it's great.
Yeah, you know, you know,
Okay,
man, we're powering through this because I've already listed my mileage goal, my running, listing my body goal, my 50 miler marathon, half marathon goal, my calisthenics goal, my fewer sodas, my losing weight goal. Um, what's next for you, Brad?
number 5 for me. Break 20 for a 5K in 2024.
I didn't have any time goals. I didn't put any time goals down. I think
I've
all that
I've
stuff will
got
come.
I've got a few in here, and I think just like getting one, I just want to be able to run fast again. So I think like I just think running. I know that I can run under 20. It's just can I be consistent enough to be able to do it? So
I think.
uh, I think
Get,
I think
go
it's a
ahead.
good goal, and if you show up to the majority of 5Ks at 45 years old and run sub 20,
You're
you're at a minimum you're going to place in your age group.
possibly. I think that like by the time we get to our marathon, like the writing will be on the wall that we probably even go sub 19. Hopefully.
Yeah, I mean, I think even when I ran my first marathon, which was 3:33, I came back 2 weeks later and ran eight, 18:33, 18:27, somewhere in like
So
that,
yeah.
without doing anything. Like that was just 2 weeks off. Boom, 18 sub 18:30.
Yeah, I think with our ability to run, like although if you look at strides, our speed has definitely diminished, but I still think we're faster than an average 45-year-old male. You know what I mean? Um, and
Yeah, but speed
it
is
comes back.
strength as well. So
It
it's
is, especially in a 5K. But running 6-minute pace for us, there can be some people who train for years and never get to six flat for a single mile. So I
yeah,
think like that helps. That helps. That
yeah.
definitely helps. So I don't have any time goals, but I think ultimately it's just to beat you in every race we do. So
Okay.
whatever that means. I mean, if it
Well,
means me having to go out,
you went 2 for 2 in 2023.
I did. But now I'm injured. So kind of quasi injured. We'll call it quasi injured. My run today was fine, except for it wasn't. So you know. Um, so my next one that's kind of fitness related is just to be in bed by 10 every night. So
Wow.
sleeping better. Like there's no reason for me to be up past 10. When I'm doing that, I'm watching some bullshit on TV or I'm scrolling through my phone and why? Right? Like
Well,
why?
what time does Katie go to bed?
As soon as Elliot's asleep, often before
Okay.
that. So and when I say go to bed, it doesn't mean I'm like asleep necessarily by 10, but I'm at least up in my bedroom, like getting ready for bed. And that kind of curtails into like one of my other goals. But I'll leave that for the next one. So by 10, sleepy, like at least in bed by 10. No reason. Unless
I
like
like that
obviously if I
one.
get home late from a like track meet or something and I don't get home until like 9 o'clock or something.
I have been trying to prioritize sleep, and it's almost sometimes it's more stressful when you're prioritizing sleep because if you get off of the schedule, then you feel like for some reason the sleep because I know how important it is, then have I have more guilt about sleep than I do actually running.
That's I don't, but like I get up at 5-ish every single morning, like during the working time. So like if I'm going to bed by 10, at 7 hours, which it's not bad, but I don't sleep well as it is. So I guess I need to go into Elliot's bedroom and
Best night of sleep I've had in a while.
telling you. So that's
All right.
that's yeah, to bed by 10 is the goal. Obviously, if I'm like 10:07, I'm gonna give myself some leeway there.
Okay.
So
So I put for my number 6 2024 goal to improve mobility. So in part of improving my mobility is I think this ties back into my number 2 of lifting weights consistently. I have felt way better and more mobile here in the last like well, I guess post knee surgery, like once I got back mobility of my knee, that even as I've been exercising, doing cross training, weightlifting, starting back up running again here of late, uh, I don't feel like 100-year-old person in the mornings. So I don't know if you've trained super hard and you haven't focused on mobility, like in training for a marathon, and every morning you're like hobbling down the stairs
yeah,
every
one step at a
morning.
time. Like I just scoot off the floor and go like one step at a time, both feet.
So I would like I'm hoping that through a full marathon training cycle, if you call that 16 weeks, that maybe I've got like 3 weeks where I wake up that I just feel like absolute trash. And that's going to be your hardest 3 weeks of the marathon training. Like,
Yep.
I would just like to have some semblance of, and I really think what the big portion of that is committing to running slower than you would ever think that you have to run on your easy days so
Ah,
that you're
so
still
hard.
getting time on your feet but you're actually recovering for the next day that your legs feel good. Like I think that super easy day gives you I think that's one of the key components of not waking up feeling just wrecked.
I mean, true, 100% true. Yeah, I mean that ties into my whole like calisthenics tree, like stretching, like just doing that. So when I do my like chopping, I don't get sore. Those types of things.
I was going to ask how that helps for running, but you've pointed it out.
Yeah,
Briggity Bro Bobs.
Briggity Bro Bobs. It's all about running. It's the running podcast, Brad.
Yeah, but this isn't running.
That's how I run. How do your arms go when you run? If you're not doing that, what are you doing? You don't run like this?
No.
Well, how? That doesn't even make any sense, Brad. That's
All
weird.
right.
So I'm done with my physical part of my goals for next year.
Great. Get what else you got?
So this is I'll put two of them together, which is I've found that I'm spending an awful lot of time on my phone, be it, looking for stuff, scrolling through Instagram and all that stuff, and not spending enough time with Elliot, getting him out the door and all that stuff. So
Looking
I'm,
for running rabbit sales and
you know, so I can
runner
buy
hat sales.
so I can buy you Christmas gifts and whatnot, but just to spend more time with Elliot, like being cognizant of him and not that I ignore him, not at all, because it's impossible to ignore my son, but to be get off the phone, get off the couch, go take him outside for a walk, or playing some games or throw the football or whatever it may be. Just doing that more often.
Present.
Yeah, being present, being a better dad. So that's a goal of mine, because he needs he needs a lot of energy directed toward him.
Physical input.
He does. He sure does. As well as anybody. So
Good.
that's my next one. Yep.
That's a good goal.
I think so. It'll be hard because it's easy. You don't even realize, you just pick up your phone, you're just scrolling through, and 2 minutes turns into 10, and then you're like, what the hell?
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's a good one. So I've got number 7. I think by the end of the year, this is possible, to get a qualifying number for Boston. So I'm going to give myself, I think, before the end of the year. So we've got June scheduled.
Yeah.
I think if that doesn't go, which I think is going to be 50-50 to get a BQ
Well,
there.
your BQ is significantly easier. I'm not saying anything. It's not going to be easy regardless, but it's 10 minutes different from mine to yours.
Okay. That's why I'm older than you.
That's why you're older than me, or that's why you're getting
Because
that
I
10?
deserve more time
You
because I'm
don't,
older.
Brad. It is 2 years.
Jeremy,
Two,
you can't say that you don't decline year over year.
you
You
do,
just
but
think,
not 10 minutes.
Jeremy,
Not 10 minutes.
yes.
No. So
Yes.
what's your qualifying standard?
3:15.
Thought it was 3:20.
Nope, 3:15.
Oh, so it's only 5 minutes then.
Yeah.
So mine's 3:10. But you can't
And so,
just run 3:10 or 3:15. You'll
no.
probably have to run sub 3:10, and I'll have to run sub 3:05.
So I'm going to give myself 2 attempts to do that. So if it doesn't happen there, I'd like to give myself one other opportunity to qualify, and I think it'd be there's surely enough opportunities between June and the end of the year, so it doesn't have to be for Boston Marathon in April of 2025. It can be for the year after.
Yeah. So
So, but
if
in
that doesn't
in
happen, I think
2024, hitting a qualifying time.
yeah. So Richmond would be a good one for me if I don't hit it at Grandma's. I love
Yep.
Richmond was really cool. Maybe there's a different one that's close by. I don't know. So yeah, that's a
Yeah.
good goal. I think the both of us should aim toward that. Again, qualifying is one thing, but getting a number is a completely different thing, because you're going to have to run significantly faster than your qualifying standard.
So let's just confirm your age group, 40 to 44, 3 minutes 10 seconds.
I hope it's not 3 minutes 10 seconds.
It is.
It's 3 hours 10 minutes.
Okay, you're right.
Not 3 minutes 10 seconds, Brad. 3 minutes 10 seconds would be
And you're
ridiculous.
right. It's 3:20 for me at 45 to 49.
Yeah, see, 10 minutes. I knew it was 3:20.
What a crybaby.
How's that me crying? You get 3 hours and 20 minutes. You could shit the bed partially and still make it.
No, let's not go overboard, but
I think you'll get it, and I think I will be looking at from the outside looking in.
Well, we'll be FaceTiming while I'm in Boston or something.
Probably. I'm okay with that, Bradford. What's your next goal?
Number 8. I don't maybe this is ambitious, but this is completely out of the realm of everything we're talking about in Briggity Bro Bobs.
Yeah?
But run a mile under 5:30. Like I want to go to the track,
Huh.
lace up, and run a full mile, not a 1,600 meters, but a full mile, and see what the time shakes out to.
So you're going for like essentially 520, 1600.
5:28.
520. Go 520, 1600. It's a,
Jeremy, it's 9 meters difference
it's going to
between.
take you 10 seconds for that last one.
Get out of here.
You're going to be like, you're going to be rigging so hard, you're going to like,
It's like a second and a half.
no, it's not like a second and a half. It's like 2 or 3 seconds, Brad. Yes, at that pace, that's exactly what it is.
So I'd like to go see at 45 years old, in shape. Well, shit, by the time I do it, I might be 46 at that point.
Well, it's
So
true. Based
maybe
on,
what I'll do is find like an indoor race. I just was watching at the Armory in New York City. They
yeah,
have all sorts of races, like all winter long. They have open races for age groups. It's time seated.
so you're just going to go to the armory.
I think why not? How fun would that be next winter
That would
to
be fun.
go like so basically a year from right now, go lace up, buy $150 pair of dragonflies and just see how hard you can throw down at the armory.
Hell yeah, dude. That sounds fun.
So I think it would be just a fun goal and something that keeps me like speed motivated.
Yeah, because that's something we're severely lacking. Because based on what you told me today with your strides, like you need to work on that a little bit.
Yeah, I mean running at 5 minute pace for 10 seconds was fucking way harder than I ever thought.
So I did one stride today when I was done, and my Achilles was hurting after the first one, so I said no more. But I got down to 444 pace, and it didn't feel awfully hard for me because I'm awesome. But it
And
definitely was fast. It felt fast. It just didn't feel like hard.
here's one of the other things that why I think if you if you're going to go out and actually train on any level to break like to run a fast 1600, like you have to do speed work that's faster than what you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And part of doing that, like whether it's strides, hill strides, some type of 200-meter workout, whatever it is, I think it's impossible to like shuffle your way through a low 5 minute mile. Like you can get away with a pretty severe lack of mobility and run a pretty fast marathon.
Yeah.
So whereas when you're doing strides, when you're actually trying to implement speed work, like there's an amount of flexibility that's needed to look fluid, and I don't want that like old man fucking like shit shuffle.
Brad, I think that's what your shuffle is anyway. You have a shit shuffle right now.
Well, then I'm gonna knock the rust off and just be blowing the doors open. My knees are gonna be hitting me in the chin, and then my heels are gonna be hitting me in the middle of the back.
That sounds wonderful. Don't hurt yourself, Brad. Jesus. So I said I'm done with my my fitness stuff. I mean, all of the things that you say, I'm obviously going to aim to do better than you. So thank you for those.
Uh-huh.
So you're 530. I mean, I'm going 525. So it's great. Um, but
So maybe what we do next year is set up an actual track race between you and I.
let's do it. We'll meet at the armory.
That would be pretty dope.
That would be awesome. All right, guys, we have the slowest of the slow heats. We've got 2 guys in there.
You think we could? Maybe we can get into that Boston University meet where like Jared
Jesus.
Naguse just ran.
Yeah, that would be ideal. It's a super fast track.
We'd
That's
like
pretty
to
bad.
get would you like to get towed along in the fast race, please?
What kind of pace are you aiming for, gentlemen? I don't know, somewhere in the low fives.
They're like, we wouldn't even invite you here as a high school boy.
No, or a girl. I mean, uh, maybe you need to up it, up it. You need to be able to beat your daughter in the 16.
Yeah, so I thought about putting a goal of beating Kira. Uh I just never put it on there. So when I trained for grandmas, I think it was about a month before grandmas, I ran a 5:13 mile on the treadmill, and I
Yeah.
legit thought that I was just going to get like rocketed off of the treadmill.
Yeah.
But so I know, like, I'd like to think 2 years isn't that far away, but it feels like fucking an eternity.
Well, it's just because we're right back to where we started, which is fat, overweight, and slow. But we can
I
get there.
think we have something to build off of right now.
We do a little bit. I think the base is there. I think, well, a small base, but I think it's there a little bit.
But it's not like we're just starting today
No.
after not running forever.
Yeah, but both of us took like over a month off in the middle of this endeavor of ours.
Well, yeah, I had a torn meniscus, Jeremy.
And I had a case of severe Achilles tendonitis, super severe, like probably
Of
the
what?
worst. Achilles tendonitis. I think the doctor said it was the most significant case of Achilles tendonitis they've ever seen. They're
Do you know
surprised
what
that
do you know
it didn't
have you ever seen the
fall
movie
off.
Bandits?
No,
You've never seen Bandits with Billy Bob Thornton?
I've seen it once. I've seen it once. It's not just Billy Bob Thornton. Who else is in it?
Die
There's
Hard.
yeah,
Bruce
yeah, yeah.
Willis.
Bruce Willis. That's right. And they're both going toward the same girl, right? The same woman. Is that Angelina Jolie?
No.
Who is it?
Uh
But they're both like vying for that same woman.
that's right.
Yeah.
And Billy Bob Thornton has like a severe case of what is it called, like when everything you hear, like, oh, that's COVID. I'm like, now I've got COVID.
Oh, now you're putting me on the spot. I know what you're talking about, though.
I know, but what is that?
What is it?
So it's oh man. It's like
What?
something that's diagnosable.
Um, what is it, Brad?
I don't know. I'm now thinking, and the only way I don't even know what to Google, so the only thing I can Google is bandits.
No, what is it? Jesus. Um, this is awesome podcasting, by the way, people.
This
Like
is
this.
this is just like this is why we have 25
So
people that watch us.
so while you're looking this up and
Yeah.
thinking about it, I'm going to tell you my next
I
goals.
can't wait, Jeremy. This is enthralling. Like,
I want to
don't
read.
believe that I'm not present because I'm just looking this up.
Yeah, I want to read 2 books a month. Just straight
Okay.
up, 2 books a month. That's 24 books in a year. If I can get more, that'll be great. But I find that I miss reading. I used to read a shit ton, and I still go through spurts. I'll pop a book off in like 2 or 3 days. But 2 books a month would, I think, kind of, first it'll get me off the phone, and second it'll show Elliot like a habit that he could pick up instead of trying to like constantly be on technology as well. So two
So
books a month.
instead of ignoring Elliot with your phone, you're gonna ignore him with a book.
No, we're gonna both read together, like at the same time, not the same books.
Hypochondria.
That's it. Hypochondria. You're a hypochondriac if you constantly think that you're sick. Yep.
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 Yep. Yep.
Yep. Yep.
Yep.
And so, in what reminded me of this is you immediately go to like it's your next problem. Billy Bob Thornton, and that was a hypochondriac, and it was just whatever he read, he would say that he has. And like in one of the scenes, they rob a bank early. Which, Jeremy, I honestly think you need to go back and watch this. This is one of the greatest movies of all time.
So I need to look at Bandits.
Yeah.
All right, I'll see what I can do about that.
And so they they go to the banks before the banks are open. Like they stay the night with
Yeah.
the bank manager. Then when he goes to open the bank, they go with him and rob the bank. And they rob the bank, and the cops pull up to the window, and Billy Bob Thornton was at the drive-through teller and told the cops, like, sorry, like whatever her name is out with vaginitis. And they're like, oh, well, okay.
Oh,
So
Jesus.
that's the only thing I could think of when you started talking about your Achilles tendonitis was vaginitis.
United.
Yeah.
Oh, I appreciate that. So,
And then
Brad,
he started going through all the symptoms with the two cops in the drive-through.
and he's like, wait, I might have vaginitis.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I highly recommend make it a goal before the end of 2023. Watch that, and we can reminisce about it.
I think what we need to do as well is, again, we've reminisced about the summer of enlightenment that we had in college.
Yeah.
Let's bring it back. I think you should read a book a month, and one of the two of the books that I read, you read as well, and we just chit chat about it.
So we're gonna start another podcast of a book club.
Or that I didn't think about it, but we could.
Again,
Look, we can start our own. So one of my favorite podcast channels is The Ringer, and they have podcasts for everything. Why not us?
the Briggity Bro Bobs book club.
See, it's almost. I mean, it's quasi alliterative, but not quite.
All right, so 2 books a month.
Well, that's for me. You can do one
Okay.
for our book podcast.
So I did my number 9 is Finish the 50 miler. Healthy.
Sweet. I can't wait. We don't have a 50 miler picked out yet, but I think there's some good options out there.
Yeah.
For the time frame that we're looking.
And then I'm just going to roll right into my number 10.
Okay.
Run 100 miles in 1 week.
Ooh. Huh.
I've always wanted to do a 100-mile week, and I always think it's an absurd thing to do. But I feel like it's time to just see what it's like to run 100 miles a week.
Yeah, I think that sounds great. You run
You
100,
can
I'll
break
run
it into
101.
doubles.
You could do whatever you need to get to the 100 miles a week.
Right.
So, yeah, I think that's great. Maybe I'll do 101 miles in a week.
Well, I just assumed that was a given since you just take every one of my goals and make it your own and say I'm going to beat it.
Well, duh. You're not going to beat me at reading books. I'm going to read more than you. So there.
Well, some of these we need to document some of this journey, like the 175 pounds,
Yeah.
the fitness piece. So like the next time that like either you come here or sometime before the end of 2024, that like I'll have to go to a gym and have either you be there or Levi record me,
Yeah.
bench my body weight.
Uh-huh. I mean, you're not that far off, to be honest. I think you could probably get pretty close today.
I don't know, that 135 pounds at the gym the other day.
I bet you can get at 160 up.
Yeah, I mean, I did 125, 130, or sorry, 115, 125, 135 in sets of 10, 8, and 6.
Yeah, so 160 I think is there. You're not far off.
So,
Eh,
but I think we need to do a better job at recording some of this stuff and put together a bit of a Rocky montage.
I think we should.
Weighing over your belly, looking at the scales in the morning.
Well, my belly's pretty good right now. I mean, it's definitely there, but I can actually see my penis. If I can see my penis, Brad, I can see my feet. So that's always good. It's really hard. My cat suffered from micro penis. I think he inherited it from me. Anyway, I think that that's good, Brad. I think we do need to do more of like the ancillary. Hey, I just got done with my run, or here's me on my run. That watch me do some strides type of stuff. Here's my workout. Here's my like I'm getting swole. Take some pictures of us shirtless just to see like the progression as we go. All the good stuff.
I'm thinking just like once a quarter we have to do photo shoots in like
Should we go to like
I'm
Sears,
already
J.C.
thinking of
Penney?
this setup. I've got like some big fans, industrial fans. I'm gonna have them just blowing and just like
Wearing your awesome outfits and you can unbutton them and just like
yeah,
unleash the beast.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah. And then and so any what's another goal?
Oh, so another goal of mine is to find a new hobby or skill or something to do. So like Katie, my wife, she's picked up like trying to learn the piano. Not that I want to learn the piano, but like find something new for me to like challenge myself with. Um, Something new. Like that's it. Like I don't know what it is at this moment, but that's one of my goals is to find something that I can kind of get behind it. Be it like start to like learn how to draw or learn like an instrument or something like that. Something just different.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that. I mean, it'll be interesting. I find that
I,
sometimes, like as we get older, we get into our routines and we stop like expanding our horizons. And I don't want to like I don't want to be
I
that
I
person.
would recommend if you're gonna do something art based, one, don't learn to draw. Like that's a pretty
That's how
fucking lame class. Maybe paint. Like
that's how you
learning how
start.
to paint would be a good skill.
Well, how do you like? Is it different than drawing?
It is, yeah.
But if I want to become like a professional drawer,
Cartoon drawer.
yeah, I could do like caricatures at like Busch Gardens.
That would be nice. Yeah,
I mean,
that would be lovely.
that would be lovely. And then I only have one more, and that's to take some more personal risks in my job and other things. So I've got some things going on at my job that there's some stuff coming up that I would like to put my name in a hat for. Although it would push me out of my comfort zone, I think it's not a bad thing. And there's some things I've had on the back burner for a while in my personal life that I would like to. My wife is looking at me like it's weird. I've got no. There's nothing you need to know. I've got like the start of like
Something I need to know. Yeah, I'm leaving you.
no. I've got the start of like a children's book right now. Like I've got the story like 75% of the way finished. Um, like just to finish that and like just put it out there to see if anybody wants to publish it. And the same thing goes with a couple of like ideas for short stories and possible novelization of things. I've got a bunch of ideas that are like that's really all they are right now is not like ideas, but I've got some paragraphs written on all of them. So just kind of pull from there, start putting it out there.
Lean into being uncomfortable.
That's it, man.
I love it. So I've got my final two goals.
Yeah.
One, I want to do like a Spartan race this next year.
Okay.
Like something that's running involved, but not specific, like not just running.
So like an obstacle course race,
Yeah, yeah,
whatever. Yeah.
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 And then lastly, I mean, this goes without saying, and I can't believe that you didn't have it in yours, but win the pink jersey.
I already have the pink jersey, Brad.
I know, but you're not going to keep it.
But I have it already.
I know, but you're just not going to keep it.
But
I don't know what this is.
I already have it, Brad. I don't have
Okay.
to win the pink jersey because I've already got it.
Okay, well, you could say keep it because you know that I'm a badass and I'm
Well,
coming up behind you.
I'm going to beat you in every race we do because that's just the way things go.
Uh-huh.
I've already started on a trajectory of kicking your ass. You think I'm gonna let it like slip away?
Well, so we've done a total of 9.3 miles. Our next race, one race is already longer than the last two combined.
Yeah, and I've already put almost 4 minutes on you.
And I've hopped on one leg on both of these.
No.
Yeah.
False.
In fact, the
False.
trail race, it was super difficult because I had to drag that leg.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Well, you didn't have a guy sitting there and then telling me that I'm fat right in the middle of the race.
Said big.
Well, I mean, he insinuated that I was quite large and rotund
Well,
and bald.
Jeremy, this was a good one. I hope you wrote it down. I think the next time that we record this, I may have said list behind me.
Ooh, that's a good one. Like to make a poster of it so we
Yeah.
can like keep ourselves on task. I like it.
Just always in your face.
Always, dude. Always.
Yep.
Yep. Well,
That's it,
Brad,
Jeremy.
that's
This was
it. We got through our New Year's resolutions. We
recap.
recapped ourselves. We put ourselves out there. Like we're gonna hold like
Bandits, books.
if it's out there, look, if it's out there in the ether web, you have to hold yourself accountable. That's it. You got to do it. So,
All right, bud.
all right, man. Hey, guess what,
Hey,
Brad?
love you.
Damn it, you beat me. I love you too, man.
See you, dude.
Later.